Are you considering buying an EV? Here are 6 questions you should ask yourself to find out if an EV is right for you. Question 1. Are you able to charge at home? Do you live in a house with an outdoor outlet or a garage outlet? Or do you live in an apartment? Do you own your house and you can have those things installed? Or if you rent a house, is the landlord willing to help you get those installed, or would they mind if you got those installed? But charging at home is a major plus to owning an EV. Not being able to charge at home would be a major problem. What do you think?
Absolutely. If you live in an apartment or you live in a place where you don't have an outdoor outlet, you're not going to find owning an EV nearly as cost effective, for sure. Question 2. Are you able to get solar at your house?
Powering our cars off of our solar panels saves us a considerable amount of money. In fact, we overproduce at our house, and our electric provider paid us $1,400 plus for all the extra power that we generated since February of last year. That was enough to cover the payments on the solar panels, our base connection fee to our electric company, and because of that, the fuel for both of our cars for 20,000 miles of driving didn't cost us anything. Is it an absolute must to have solar power to own an EV? No, but it helps a lot, especially if you live in a state that has higher cost or higher charging electric rates.
Yeah, absolutely. And for us, it was a really good choice because we live on a large piece of property where we have an acre and we don't have a lot of trees or tall buildings around us. It's a flat area. So we get access to a lot of sunshine, and it ends up being really useful for us. It's not the right choice for everyone, but it is the right choice for us.
Question 3. Does your daily drive fit within the range of the EV, full round trip? Can you get to where you're going and get back home and do everything you need to do without having to stop and charge? If you can do that, the EV will be far more convenient than an internal combustion engine vehicle because you won't have to stop at a gas pump ever. It takes 15 seconds to plug the car in when we get home, charges while we're asleep, and we've got a full tank in the morning.
Yes. If you have the type of job that you have to drive for a living, though, this will not be nearly as convenient or cost effective for you. If you have to drive from place to place, or if you drive for a living, if you're a delivery driver or something like that, this is not going to seem like a great idea for you. But it's a great idea for anyone who just drives to work, does their work in one place, and then drives home.
And if you are a delivery driver that your entire route for your day's worth of work fits within the car's range, then it will save you the money. But fast charging is a little cheaper than gasoline right now, but not much, and it does take some time out of your day.
Question 4. Do you live in a temperate climate? We do. We're in North Texas. We get a lot of sunshine throughout the year. In fact, it's really warm today. It's the beginning of February, and
just a few days ago, everything around here was a sheet of ice, but
yeah,
that only happens about 1 week a year.
We get a lot of warm days even in the wintertime, so it works out really well for us. If you live in Canada or the northern United States, or on the very far away from the equator, you may find this to be a lot less helpful for you. Mostly because of the solar panels, and also because the car just is more efficient in temperate weather.
If the weather gets below around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, these EVs will lose efficiency. The Fiat especially, 50 degrees Fahrenheit seems to be its limit. Below that, it really starts using up the juice just to keep the battery at temp, even not factoring in using the climate control, which heat uses a lot more of your electricity in your battery than air conditioning does.
To be clear, you're going to lose a little bit of range if the weather is bad and you're using climate control in an internal combustion vehicle as well. Just not as much, and it's different. In an internal combustion vehicle, the heat is sort of extra, like you're getting heat sort of for free because the engine is hot anyway. In an EV, it has to generate that heat extra using the electricity from the battery. The air conditioning is kind of the opposite. You're going to get air conditioning. It's not, it takes about the same as heat for an EV, but in an internal combustion vehicle, the air conditioning is a lot more costly.
Question 5. What are you using the car for? Are you using it for heavy duty stuff or light duty stuff? Because an EV is better suited for light duty work.
That's absolutely true. One of the things that the EV is not great for, at least the ones that we have, is for off-road or inclement weather. We've talked about that before. We have a Subaru for that. It's great for that. If you want to do anything that requires all-wheel drive, you can get EVs that have all-wheel drive and are designed for that type of work, but not the ones that we have. Question 6, do you already have a car payment?
This one, for people who really don't like EVs, they balk at the cost of how much an EV costs. An electric vehicle is a little bit more than its internal combustion engine counterpart that just uses gasoline. However, if you already have a car payment, you look at the difference in the car payments and you're going to save that difference in gas if you choose the right EV. If you don't have a car payment and you go from nothing to having a car payment, you're not going to see the cost savings.
And I want to point out too that Luke did a lot of research to get these particular vehicles, which were extremely good values at the time that he bought them compared to other EVs. You're not going to necessarily get the same savings that we get just by buying any random EV. It's these particular ones were a great value for what we paid for them.
Owning an EV has been a very pleasant experience for both of us. That's why we have 2 of them and we both use them on a daily basis. They save us money, we enjoy driving them. But I'll fully admit that an electric vehicle is not necessarily the answer for everybody out there.
There are plenty of people that have different circumstances than we do, and that's perfectly fine. We're not here to judge people who just prefer a different vehicle or need a different vehicle for whatever reason. We're just here to tell you about our experiences, and our experience has been extremely positive. We like them.
Thanks for watching.